All right. Today we're going to take a look at my runs for the Order 66 raid, specifically looking at the Tarkin 2-man at the tier 7. That is the 3.6 million tier, and it is by far the easiest one to run, in my opinion, once you get the modding down and once you figure out the strat. But if you're looking to get some easy points in a raid, and invest in some good tunes without having to go all out for the new characters that CG is putting us through, I suggest taking a look at this. So let's take a look. The Order 66 raid is, in my opinion, a lot easier than the Naboo raid. The nice thing about it is you learn very quickly in the beginning of the run whether or not it's going to work. As opposed to the Naboo raid, where you could have everything running really well, and then all of a sudden the run gets messed up in the last wave or whatever, so you got to restart after playing for 10-15 minutes or whatever. At least with this raid, in the first wave if it's going well and if you're going to continue, basically. So, like I was saying, the 2-man team here, especially since CG decided that they're not going to mess with underman attempts in the raid, has made it a lot easier to get a good score in the raid. Yes, you do need to have an R9 Grand Moff Tarkin and an R9 Scorch, neither of which are bad investments by any stretch. The rework on Tarkin, I believe, let's see here. I think it's in his leadership. Yes. So his new Omicron, while in 3v3 Grand Arenas, and all other allies are dark side clone troopers. At the start of the encounter, allied dark side clone trooper supports stealth for 2 turns. Dark side clone trooper tanks gain protection up for 2 turns, which can't be dispelled. And Scorch gains 5 stacks of bulwark. Whenever a dark side clone trooper ally uses a special ability, Tarkin assists. Whenever an enemy evades or resists a debuff from a dark side clone trooper ally, Tarkin gains 5% turn meter and recovers 10% health. Whenever intimidation tactics is used, dispel buffs on all enemies and daze them for 2 turns. Whenever ultimate firepower is used, inflict fear on all enemies for 1 turn, which can't be copied, dispelled, or resisted. Enemies can't be revived. So that uh, definitely helped out a lot there. He was a lot squishier, and I can't remember if they added this or not to it, but he's definitely a very worthy investment at R9, especially 3v3. You can put 2 clones with him and then 2 clones with Lord Vader. So Tarkin is definitely a good investment to have. Scorch, he's a tank. There's really nothing bad about a tank. So um, lost my train of thought there for a second. He's a clone, so I just went for all defense on him. He's got his raid mods on, but let's get into the mods. I'm running mods that were put out. Some of the modding advice was put out by the raid server, which I'll link that in the description, and I'll put the targets in the description as well. But basically, we got health 85,000, all the protection. He's not that fast. I don't even think he really needs to be fast. He doesn't need to do much in the raid. A ton of armor. That's just because he's got 3 defense sets on him. Tarkin, we're running at the top tier, so that is the 3.6 million tier. So for that, I had to kind of fudge my stats a little bit because based on what some of the graphics are saying, let's see, basically they're looking for about 310 speed with a bit of potency and as much damage as you can get on him. So running 12,000 damage at R9. So that AoE hits pretty hard. It's definitely it definitely packs a punch. So let me just find the what we're looking for here in terms of the performance. I'm looking on our Discord server for our modding and how to run about it. So let's see. Team performance. There we go. So, basically, for Tarkin, we're looking for 310 speed, about 100 to 110 percent potency, CD triangle potency, and offense sets. I could not hit the speed, but I'm pretty close with that. So we got a crit damage triangle here, a little bit of potency, a little bit of offense on it. Plus I tried slicing these mods. I just could not get more speed out of these. But we got pretty close. I was able to make it happen. So basically, try and get close. It does matter because you're trying to outspeed Fox and Apo, I believe. And the way it works is the basic strat was, and I think I wrote this down here. So the strat I was reading said to start on Fox, but for whatever reason, I could not get it to work on Fox. I had to focus on Apo first. So basically, Tarkin basic on Apo, Scorch taunt, Tarkin basic, whoever doesn't have retribution, Scorch basic, whoever doesn't have retribution. Do Tarkin special 2, and then Tarkin special 1. Basically, what that should do is after this, Tarkin only basics or AoE nukes. So I guess he does not do the other special. Just those two moves. So I know this took a couple of remod, or not a couple of remods, took a couple restarts for me to do this. But once I got past the first wave, after that, it was pretty easy. So let's take a look and see if we can make it happen without a lot of restarts. So we're gonna go up to the max level. All right, so we're going to basic Apo. And then we're going to, so Scorch can't taunt because he always gets ability blocked. So basic, and now we're going to special 2. And then special 1. And if this... Doesn't work. Let's see, get to taunt. I'm not sure if we're gonna get this. Might have to restart here. Yep. So, just retreat. And of course, let's get them out. Basic. Always gets ability blocked. Every time. Special 2. Special 1. Yeah, we're probably going to have to restart this. Yep. I was about to lose another Jedi, so it's basically just once you can get Apo down, and it's just a matter of let's see here. And you'll know when it happens. Okay. Special 2. And special 1. Really, I'm trying. Yeah, all those grenades does not help. Yep, last night. So it's just kind of a little bit of a trying to figure it out. Like, part of me wants to think that even though we're focusing on Apo, if we do the AoE on Fox, he looks like he's usually lower health. So we'll see if we can get so special 2. Too many grenades, I swear. Which one? Just can't get enough guys killed. Yeah. It's just running on rails. Yeah, it's really annoying. That's just the problem with the guides that you follow too is, you know, everyone says it's so easy, and well, I'm here to say it's easy too. It's just, you know, you got to get past the restarts. There we go. So, just taking too many turns. There we go. So there you go. So I really just had to get the really just had to find the right turn order. Grenades are ridiculous. And they take a ton of turns, which is obnoxious. You're just, that's why the speed's important. You're trying to get ahead of them. Oh, and of course I screwed it up. There we go. So, should have gone after that trooper first. I wasn't paying attention to who I was targeting. So I'll go after this guy because the grenades is what really lowers the timer. Doesn't really matter here. This is the last level. So AoE, everyone's gone. So there you go. And that's it. So as you can see, it takes a little bit of finagling to figure it out. I did change my strategy a little bit by going after Fox first, and that's what the original strategy said to do. Go after Fox. Just trying to figure out who was going to die during the AoEs. And that's all you really want. If you get Fox down first, you get the granted ability to save the Jedi. That's what you need to do to you know, raise the stacks of basically annihilate. Raise those back up. So once I figured that out, it's just a matter of just, like I said, Tarkin after that just did basic or AoE. And as you can see, Scorch didn't really do much. You know, Tarkin wiped out all the waves. And then it was just easy, you know, once the clones are down, it's just hit Vader 4 times, release the Jedi, and do the same thing. Basic AoE, basic AoE. So pretty easy. The investment in the team is what's important. You know, this was one team. If you're gonna farm one team for the raid, Empire, clones, Tarkin, they'll never be a bad idea to have. So go ahead, put the investment into this team, and then, you know, get someone in your guild or get someone, just go through your mods, build out the stats that we were talking about to hit those. The 310 speed, you know, as much offense as possible, as much potency as you can get, because I believe the offensive firepower is based off of his potency. So the more potency, the better. So if you're going to do one team, this is the one I'm saying to do it with. 3.6 million. This took way less time to do than any of my runs on the Naboo raid, and it's in one run. I've done more than I think in 3 separate runs with other Naboo raid teams. So definitely worth it in my opinion. I can do other teams in the future if people are interested. I got the back Jedi Master Mace Windu and Bad Batch. Those I'm all hitting either the 1.2 or the 1.8 million tiers with. They're also really easy to do. Just got to hit some modding on those. So maybe I'll put together a video for those sometime in the future. But thanks for checking it out, and leave a question or leave a comment. And I'll see you guys next time.